ProvidenceNightOut.com is a one-stop destination website where you'll discover a comprehensive guide of everything that the Providence area has to offer. Nightlife, entertainment, dining and dancing, community and family events, and so much more. Download the free app called MyNightOut. It's ProvidenceNightOut.com.
That was Choke from Difference Engine, featuring Todd Bowles. This is George from Providence Night Out, along with DJ Psycho Eddie. And with us in studio is Todd Bowles from Down City Armory. And Todd, let's talk about your recent 3-day tours that you took.
I do just want to say that song by the Difference Engine, Choke, was by Christopher G. Brown.
Okay.
I actually did not play on that one.
You did not?
I'm just a member of the live band, so I'll be playing e-drums at the next performance on January 22nd at the Parlor. So
now Chris is part of Down City Armory, though, correct?
Yes, he is. He is our bass player. Although he is actually leaving the band pretty soon. He's got other commitments, and he didn't want to give 50% to two things, and so he is amicably departing the DCA ranks. So if anybody out there plays bass and wants to join one of the loudest bands in the Northeast, feel free to drop us a line.
Wow. So we were talking between sets here that Down City Armory has 4 members, and I believe you're the only one that's located out of Providence, and the rest of you guys are spread out. How does that work?
It's tricky. When I put the live band together, because in the studio it's all me. When I put the live band together, I really just wanted the best musicians I could ask for that were also people that were otherwise pretty close to me, that were good friends, because I wanted to avoid as many ego problems as possible. So the first person that I recruited was our keyboardist Mark Hallam, and he lives in New York City, and I have known him for a few years and had played in bands when I lived in New York. Played in bands with him before, and so he was one of the first people that I asked, and he immediately agreed. Then after a couple of shifts in the lineup, I got in touch with Christopher, and he agreed to play bass for the project. And simultaneously, he recruited for me Rob Fusco, our drummer. And Rob plays in a Boston band called Very Lumar with Christopher. So they're half of Very Lumar, who just had a record come out called Breaker. And the whole reason that I even know Rob is because in 2013, the Difference Engine played a one-off performance at Necronomicon Providence, which was the big H.P. Lovecraft festival that happened in August of 2013. And we played an outdoor show on Steeple Street in Providence. And it was me, Rob, Christopher, our friend Jake, and our friend Robert Laff just got together to play that show. So that was how I met Rob Fusco. And that night he pretty much agreed to drum for DCA, and that's kind of been the band lineup ever since. So we're spread out, but we make it work, just because it's good to have, when you have the right people, you kind of are willing to compromise a little bit to make sure you get the right formula for when you're doing shows, and we certainly have that.
Oh, speaking of compromise, going back to something you said earlier about wanting to play and being difficult with your genre, the type of music you guys play, would you be willing to do a mixed genre show, like I don't know, a heavy metal band, a hip hop group, or just a mashup of like totally opposite genres just to get out there, or would you rather stay pretty much type specific?
Well, basically what you're talking about is every show we've ever played. I mean, like and I know that Adam from Big Time Kill would confirm this. He says, we were talking about it, and when you're like the one industrial band or synth rock band or electrocore band on the bill, you kind of expect to be thrown in with a bunch of other like different types of music, because venues or promoters, they generally, I don't know, I don't want to make overgeneralizations because I know a lot of great venues and a lot of great promoters in the area, but I mean, like, it's hard, and they have a hard time finding proper bills for bands like DCA. So it's very common for me to be on a bill where here's a punk band, here's a metal band, here's an indie rock band. That's SOP. That's just what happens. Forming Digital Ear Punch was a way to kind of actually avoid that, to say like, here's bands basically like in the same ballpark of genre all together on one night, so that people going to the show can know what to expect and hopefully become excited and curious, wanting to see what this type of music is all about.
Cool.
Yeah, I did see a mixed genre show that you guys were a part of. I believe it was earlier this year with Midday Records Presents at the Met.
Oh, yes, that was back in January, I think.
It was the beginning of
almost a year ago.
Yeah, almost a year ago, and I believe that was the first time I saw you guys, the first time I saw Most Dangerous Men Alive on the same bill, and it was, you're right, it's an interesting mix when you're asking all these different genres to come together and trying to make some sort of sense of it as a concert goer. But it was great. I mean, it's good to see all these different bands collaborate together and work together, but I'm sure at times it feels different.
Well, that show was cool because it was definitely representing the greater Providence area and the type of music that we have. Like yes, we've got great, hard rock and punk like Weld Square. We've got that jam band vibe with Most Dangerous Men Alive, and then you've got bands like Down City Armory that are just completely different. But that's the kind of music scene that's happening here.
But I think it's good for the person going out to see all the different activities and all the different options you have in music selection. And I know you guys bring a great sound to the scene. And, man, we just look forward to 2015 being a good year for you guys.
I'm thinking we should actually put a shout-out to our friends over at 13 Folds Radio, because I'm pretty sure these guys would fit right into the this year's Hemp Fest. If they do another Hemp Fest, you guys would probably fit right in.
Absolutely.
Sounds good to me. You know, we just love to play.
Dave, if you're listening, hint, hint. Well, why don't we cut out to another song? I'm thinking Down City Armory, A Moving Disaster.
Ooh.
Jumping into the flood without tether, down to electrical lines in the water. The silence as loud as the storm. It's when she saw her first floater. Rise to my open window. The fire burns so slow. Watch the waves crash and wash me away. 50 years and 3 kids in that house. The mortgage finally paid in full. Everything that minimum wage could buy, sold at a price so terrible. Waters rise to my open window. The fire burns so slow. Watch the waves crash and wash me away. Rise to my open window. The fire burns so slow. That baby had the loneliest scream. Tunnels keep turning now. We call them all leaders on TV. Whether critical failure or God's providence, there's not much left to see. Watch the water. Rise to my open window. The fire burns me so slow. Watch the waves crash and wash me away. Rise to my open window. The fire burns me so slow. That baby had the loneliest scream.
Hey, welcome back to MyNightOut Radio on rifreeradio.org. That was Avox Blue with Connection Lost, one of Todd's favorite tunes. And Todd's going to tell us a little bit of what he has coming up over the next couple of weeks, months. What's working for you this?
Yes, well, I'm going to be super busy with a lot to prepare for. I mean, aside from the Digital Ear Punch show on January 22nd, which is going to have The Difference Engine and Big Time Kill and Band Without Hands playing, DCA is also going to be preparing furiously for our next live performance, which actually is happening on February 6th, and that's going to be at the Crown Plaza Hotel